Hey guys, this will serve as the last week overview for February as we lead into the first week of the Open. So starting out today, we have an 11-minute EMOM. On that first minute, we're going to go 15 overhead squats. The second minute, we're going to go a 15-second AMRAP of a gymnastic pulling movement. And then we're just basically going to go down in sets as far as the overhead squat, which will allow us to build. If we're feeling good, we really want to use this more as like a range of motion exercise. So only building as comfortably as you are is that you can get this done really well. So we're just kind of challenging that. And the pull-up time domain will just go up. So we have options of bar muscle-ups, chest-to-bar pull-ups, pull-ups, and then strict pull-ups or even like a banded chest-to-bar today would be good. And again, you just want to kind of be able to hit moderate sets during that time. Challenge yourself to whatever skill you're kind of at. Even if you want to start out with a higher skill and just kind of see how it progresses. If it has to come down to a lower skill, that's fine. But we're getting that gymnastic skill pulling in today with the overhead squat pairing. After that, we have a 7-minute AMRAP. Very simple, easy bodyweight workout of 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 air squats and push-ups. So, focusing on the range of motion on the air squat, making sure that we're sinking all the way down as low as we can. Maintaining that lumbar spine and that nice back angle as we go down, hip crease below parallel and then back up. On the push-ups, again, the goal is always to be chest to the ground all the way down, pressing up in one motion, keeping the body in a strong plank. If we have to, elevating that surface would be better today than just going down to the knee or doing some sort of worm. So you can do that to a box, or we can put a barbell on the rig and do that as well. Again, as we start kind of moving towards our Murph prep, air squats and push-ups are going to become a little bit more part of the workout, or part of what we're going to be doing. So today's just kind of like getting us in there, seeing how we do it, and just working through these simple movements. On Tuesday, we got back squats ×3 on the 2.5 minutes for 5 sets, and just somewhere between 80 and 85%. If you don't know what that is, just kind of working up to a technical max, or that 3RTM, which is just a technical max. Just means that the heaviest you can go without breaking down any kind of technique. And all we're doing here is really just focusing on building a little strength and focusing on just kind of get kind of in a maintenance mode of strength for these next 3 weeks as we're moving into the Open. So again, we're just working between 80 and 85%. After that, we have a 16-minute EMOM. We have double kettlebell swings for 4 reps on the first minute, 4 tall box jumps, no rebounding, on the second minute. Okay, and on those tall box jumps, trying not to step into them, trying to just stand there and then just jump straight up without using any kind of rebound or bounding or like prep, like where you step into it. Just literally standing flat-footed and jumping as high as you can onto a box. And again, it doesn't have to be a really high box. It just has to be something where you're going to jump as high as you can, land as high as you can. Just work on that explosiveness. You can also, instead of doing the double kettlebell swing, we can even just swing a regular kettlebell or a heavier kettlebell. So we do have those heavy bells that we can do as well. And what we're looking for here, guys, is a fast, strong hip action with the kettlebell swing. Okay, we shouldn't really be dropping off as far as like how quick and crisp those look from set 1 all the way to the 8th set, which is what this will be, is 8 rounds. And then on the tall box, again, like we said, just picking something that allows us to challenge ourselves, but we can move safely into jumping high, and then stepping down or hopping down is totally fine there too. All right, on Wednesday, we're going to go push jerks ×3 on the minute for 10 minutes. Again, we're looking at something that's kind of light to moderate, and this form should be perfect. So we're just looking at being crisp, nice crisp lockouts, even pausing in between reps, down and up, pausing. If we don't have the push jerk, we can easily just do push press today, just working on that hip action of driving the hip. As we see in this push jerk, make sure that we're opening up the hip fully. And as we go to dip and drive, one of the biggest things we're trying to really work on is that the hip sits straight down. It doesn't push forward. The knees don't push forward. They push slightly out with the toes down. And working on that nice dip, drive, and then re-dip, just trying to be as crisp as possible. After that, we have 3 rounds for time, 10 hang cleans to overhead. So it just means we're literally going to clean, go into a push jerk or a push press. And then we have 25 calories on the bike and a 50 double unders. RX Plus is going to be that 135.95. Looking at this, I think the top target of being somewhere around 7 minutes is probably accurate. Again, it just depends on the bike, pushing the bike. But anyway, if you're looking at this, like that weight on the hang clean to overhead should be tough for 10. It's going to be hard to maintain that consecutive or unbroken, but that's kind of what the challenge will be today is picking a weight that you're kind of flirting with, breaking it up. But you should be able to move really clean and crisp, and there shouldn't ever be an issue of like, am I going to be able to do this without, rounding my back or anything? But even if you're doing this in like 5 and 5 in sets like that, or even, later on maybe it's 4-3-3, that's okay. So picking a weight that's challenging today is just trying to get through those without having to take a long break or having to do it in like doubles the whole time or something like that. So I would say minimum sets of 3, towards the later end of the rounds, but sets of 5 early on would probably be a good weight to start with. On Thursday, we have a 15-second row sprint, 45-second rest. We'll do that for 10. We'll do the same thing with the ski, same thing with the bike, starting wherever. But this is a near max effort, but 100% repeatable. So just think like 90% of your perceived max effort is what we're looking for. It's a hard push, but it's not absolute. We should be able to recover between that 45 seconds and then come back into it and do it again. Okay, we're just, again, gearing up. We don't know what the open's going to be on Friday, so today is just about pushing some intensity, a little bit of intensity, but just kind of making sure that we're recovering, breathing hard, being efficient with our movements. Friday's the open. Again, we'll have Friday night lights in the evenings, so just pay attention to the schedule. But we'll also be running classes throughout the day, so there's nothing really changes for anybody. But in the evenings, we will be having a lot of fun with everybody and just getting everybody together and doing the workouts and judging the workouts together, and it's a good time. So if you guys, even if you do it earlier, you want to come back and hang out, we'll be here. It'll be fun. All right, on Saturday, we have, and this could be subject to change, but right now it's 4 rounds for time. We have a 400-meter run together. Depending on the weather, maybe we'll bike. And then 30 kettlebell swings, 20 dips, split evenly for fitness. And for the performance, we're looking at kettlebell snatches and strict handstand push-ups or handstand push-ups. Again, just moving steady. And again, depending on what the open is, this may change. A variation of this may kind of a change depending on what movements we're doing on Friday. So just be prepared for that. All right, guys, that's all we have for this week. I hope you guys are doing well, staying warm, and we'll see you in the gym.